Hi, I'm Kate from Presley, and today I want to take you through a few real-life newsroom examples and have a look at what makes those newsrooms so good. So the first room we're going to look at is from a company called Stan. If you're not familiar who Stan are, it's probably because you're outside of Australia, so they're like the Netflix but localized to Australia. Immediately, you can see their newsroom is super striking. They use a lot of very vibrant imagery, and as well as that, they have this cobalt blue, which is a company color, set to the header of their newsroom and also as an accent color throughout the page. Um, Something else they have that stands out immediately are these categories listed right at the top. So it just makes navigating the newsroom super easy. They're actually using our Lena theme, which is one of the newsroom themes that comes with all of Presley subscriptions. And this is something that Lena prioritizes. So it has the big categories right up at the top, and then it's got this big splash image. So it's really good for brands that are very visual or have a very big visual element in their stories. Scrolling down, you can see it's very neatly laid out. And something that's really nice over here is they've got the subscription form, which just means that anyone who's visiting the newsroom, whether it's a journalist or just a fan, they can opt in, leave their email here, and that will go into your Presley account, and you can choose to follow up with them later or add them to your CRM. So it's just a way for them to keep getting the updates. And at the very bottom of the page, the footer, that'll have Stan's boilerplate and their main company details here, which is something that we recommend all newsrooms have because it gives anyone the context they need immediately, even if they're not familiar with your brand, to know where you're coming from. One other thing, which is it looks like a small thing, but it's actually quite powerful, is this search, which you can see loads super quickly. You can put in whatever search term you want, and the stories will come up really fast. Or if you don't want to select the search result here, you hit enter, and then it just gives you all the stories that match that term, which again just makes it super easy for anyone to navigate the newsroom and find exactly what they're looking for. The next newsroom I want to show you also uses the Lena theme, and the reason I want to show you it is because you can see immediately just by changing some of the branding, it just looks completely different. So this next newsroom is from a company called Mamut. See what I mean? Just by changing the color of the header, the styling of the cards a little bit, the impact is completely different. So here, I think because the header is white, it puts more focus on the images themselves, so you can really appreciate how gorgeous they are. Again, they have the same sort of category layout that is typical to Lena theme. And as you scroll down, you can see they've chosen to put the descriptions into the cards as well. So it's not just the title, the way that Stan had it. They've chosen not to go with the email form in this one. Instead, what they have are these contact cards so that anyone looking to get in touch with them for more information knows how to do so. And something else they've got here that Stan didn't is they have the option to switch languages. So for example, let's look at this story. So here it's in German. And because they've uploaded a translation of it, I don't know if they actually uploaded a translation or because what you can do is use the inbuilt AI tool to just generate a translation for you, which, it's AI, so it's not perfect. Never going to do as good a translation as a human being, but it's a point to start from. Anyway, so they've created a translation and they've linked it to the same story. So anyone who's looking at one story and just wants it in a different language, they can toggle that without having to, be thrown back onto the newsroom homepage or somewhere else. So again, super accessible. And you can see that all the information here is now in English, and that includes things like the downloads. So here, where here it is in English, if we were to switch over to Dutch, the downloads can also be changed so that they're also matching the language. Same thing for contacts, and same for the boilerplate. It'll all reflect whatever language you're using. Another thing they have that Stan didn't is here they've enabled media galleries, which is kind of like a media kit It just means that anyone who's looking to tell their story can come over and download all the assets they need right here. And they've included this really nice one album that I like, which just shows a little history of their brand, which I think it just fits in really nicely in Newsroom because the Newsroom does tell the story of your brand, and this way it sort of creates a greater tie to the legacy. So I'm going to stop going on about Lane with theme now. I do think it's beautiful. This is my personal favorite, but the other one's great as well. The next one I'm going to show you, Snøhette, uses Bear theme. Immediately, you can see it's a lot more pared back. It's a lot more minimalist. There is an option to use categories here as well, but they've chosen not to. I think because their brand is very minimal, and so they want to reflect that aesthetic here, which I think they've done a great job with the images they've chosen and with this layout as well, because it really tightens things up. Again, they've got contact details, and here the form and the footer information. The next one I'm going to show you is going to be the last one, but again, it's a bear theme, and I just want to show you just again by switching around a few of those branding details, you can get a completely different effect. So this is Live Nation. They organize music events, and you can see just by changing that banner to red and changing the color scheme, changing the type of image they use, it's just completely different effect. This is also Bear theme, but this is the staggered layout version. So you can see instead of having that minimalist look that Snøhette had, it becomes more of like a Pinterest almost card layout where all the cards are a little bit staggered. It's a little bit more lively. It definitely reflects their brand more, which is very cool. And again, they've got option to search, language toggle, categories, media galleries. The categories are reflected just on the cards there. So again, you can just very easily navigate through it. So that's it. Those are the main some of the main examples I wanted to show you. We've got so many more examples in our academy. So if you're interested, come on over, have a look, see what inspires you. And otherwise, have a great day. We'll see you around.